What do you do after you put those seeds into the soil? Do you continue with your other things in life until the seedlings are ready for you to transplant into the larger garden? Welcome to today's episode where I'm going to give you an update by taking you back to my nursery where I've planted the seeds so that we can look and see what has been happening and if there is anything that I need to do to the seedlings so that they keep on growing well into the growing season when I'll be able to take them outside and plant them in the garden. So welcome to my story of growing seedlings indoors. Last week or last time in the last episode I shared with you how I planted the different seedlings from tomatoes to pumpkins to some herbs. Today I would like to give you an update on what's happening with my seeds, with my seedlings, and then be able after that to share what I'm doing to the seedlings before the planting season. That's a planting season, which is planting them outside, which will be from the 20th of May, which will be our last frost day. I planted the seedlings that you're seeing in this first tray. I planted them on the 20th of March. So that would give them 2 months to grow. 2 months to grow indoors before the 20th of May when I'll be able to take them out. So this tray, these are tomatoes. From here, these are 2 types of tomatoes in this tray. Okay, I'll show you another tray. This one, it's a lineup of different seedlings. So it's one tray of 72 slots, while this one also of 72 slots has 2 types of tomatoes. So it's like starting 72 tomatoes. Guys, it's like I'll be taking it to the market, but no. I just want to grow them for our household, trying to see can we go through fall, winter, and early spring, or even spring without buying a tomato from the store. So that's my objective, because in 2017 and 2018 I was able to grow enough leafy vegetables which lasted us throughout the year. So there are some types of vegetables that we did not buy for the whole year. That's why I told myself, hey, experiment with tomatoes and see. So that's why I started the 72 seedlings here. And on this other tray, which I'll be talking about later, these ones are cherry tomatoes. So I'll be having a lot of tomatoes, but I'll come back to that tray later on. So this tray also, I started the seedlings on the 20th of March. So I started 2 trays. This one has got a variety of seedlings. Like I see here, I've written, because I have labels on all the trays. Every time I plant, I put a label. So this one, I've called it Eileen's pumpkin, which means that I planted seeds which I prepared, not the seeds that I bought from the store. So when I talk about seeds that I prepared, this is what I do. When I'm cooking, preparing food in the kitchen, if I prepare something and a type of food and it's very yummy, like when we ate that pumpkin, I was like, even before we ate it, when I was preparing, I was like, oh, it looks very beautiful, like it will be yummy. Let me keep some seeds. And for sure it was yummy. So I prepared the seeds, cleaned them, dried them, and those are some of the seeds that I planted here. As you can see, this row that I called Eileen's pumpkin seeds, nothing has germinated so far. So that's since the 20th of March, and today is the 7th of April. So it's already gone through 2 weeks and not germinated, but we are not going to worry about that for now. We'll give them the whole season. Even the next ones are called Eileen's tomato seedlings. So that's this row and this row, and as you can see, some of them have germinated but not all of them. So these ones are also seeds I prepared out of tomatoes that I found at the store, and I liked the tomatoes. So these other ones are the long peppers, so cayenne peppers, and I planted 2 rows. As you can see, 3 of them have germinated, the others are yet to come out. The next one is orange bell pepper. So these ones, the 2 rows, 2 have started. There is a 3rd one popping out of the ground, so not so much. And then after that, I have the green bell peppers, also showing signs of germination here, but not so much. After that, the 2 next rows, I have a peppermint. So these are herbs from here all the way to the end. So these are peppermint. I can see mints. I can see these ones are, one has popped out of the ground. And then after that, I have a sage. And for sage, I can see 2 of them have grown very tall, but the others have not popped out of the ground. So this is sage, and that's sage. And the last row, I planted rosemary. And as we can see, nothing has popped out of the ground, but it varies. It depends on what it said on the package, like how long they would take before they germinate. So the ones that I've just shown you, I bought from the store: the orange bell pepper, the rosemary, and these ones I'll be showing you later. So the cayenne pepper, sage, and spearmint. Yeah, I skipped the pumpkins because I'll be showing them to you in a different tray. Okay, so we've looked at the tomatoes, the herbs, the peppers. Now we move on to another tray. Yes, this year I'm trying sweet potatoes. After planting and eating a lot of sweet potatoes when I was in Kenya, so when I came back, I was like, I have to try. If they can grow and become yummy like the ones I grew in Kenya, I was like, I'm going to become a potato grower in Canada. So I started these 2, a red and a white one. That's on the outside. And the goal is to grow enough slips to be able to plant from the 20th of May. So I planted these tomatoes on 27th of March. So far, I'm not seeing any signs, even though there is something here that has grown, but I don't know if it's from the soil or if it's from that potato. So we'll give it time and see what happens over time. And then now we come to the last tray. This is this tray here also has different types of seeds, and I have the labels just like with all the others. I have the labels by the side. What you're seeing, the very tall ones, these are pumpkin and squash. So the pumpkins, I planted some from the store, and others from the seeds that I made at home, and I've labeled each one of them accordingly. So normally I don't remove the labels. I'll transfer them into a book and continue monitoring until we harvest. Then that way I'll be able to tell when next year comes, like what am I going to plant based on how well each of the seedlings did. So these are pumpkins and also squash. What I call squash is the brown long one. So those ones I also made my seedlings at home and planted. And then, yeah, as I said, I planted this tray on the 27th of March, the same time when I planted the sweet potatoes. Then next here I have cherry tomatoes. As you can see, they've sprouted quite well, I can say, from the 27th of March, because looking at the beefsteak tomatoes on this other tray planted on the 20th of March, comparing them with the cherry tomatoes which I planted on the 27th of March, then the cherry tomatoes are doing quite well. And the cherry tomatoes, I got seeds from the store. I cannot find the packaging, but I had it not too long ago. That's okay. And what else have I planted here? So I've planted more cayenne peppers here. I can see only one of them has germinated, so I'll be comparing the cayenne peppers on this tray planted on the 27th of March with the ones which I planted on the 20th of March. And I also have bell peppers here. So these were planted on the, that's here, planted on the 27th of March. And I have seedlings here which I forgot to label, but I can tell this is a pumpkin. I decided to plant in these bigger containers just as part of the experiment. So these ones I planted on the 27th of March, and I can see I've dropped one, but it did not break. Yeah, so I can see they are growing quite well. This one, I'm going to add it some soil because I can see it's taken root at the top of the cup, which means that it will need more support. So I'm going to add some soil. This one also I planted on the 27th of March, and now I'm wondering what it is. It looks like the cherry tomatoes, but I'll wait until they are big enough for me to label them. And this is another one I planted on the 27th of March, but as you can see, no germination yet. And I'm like, oh, I wish, why did I forget to label them? So in future, I'll be coming back to this to talk about these three plants that I planted on the 27th, and I can see they've shot up quite well. So I used the cups to be able to gauge, you know, how fast they grow, so that next year or in future, then I can decide, should I use these small trays to start my seedlings, or should I use the bigger cups? So as I said, I'm always doing some sort of experiments so that I can continue improving my gardening skills in Canada. That's in a cold climate, in a new climate. As somebody coming from Africa, where we rarely worry about the outside or the soil being too cold. The only thing that we worry about is if the ground is wet enough. So it's about the rainy season and the dry season. And then you come to Canada and it's like you have to worry about the soil being too cold to plant. And for those of you who are new here, my name is Eileen. I was born and raised in Kenya, which is a country across the equator, like 12 months of sunshine, where you can grow crops all through the year. And then I moved to Canada and encountered the cold season, the long cold season in Canada, which leaves us with very few months of warm weather when we can grow plants. So I'm learning, and over the years I've learned to garden in this cold climate. So that's why I'm here to show you my story, or the steps that I'm taking to grow vegetables, to garden in Canada. So all about cold season crops and how to grow them. And then I got to learn about giving my seedlings a head start by planting them earlier. Otherwise, before, when I started, I just used to start everything outside. But now, you know, because we are always learning, I've learned that I can give them a head start by starting them indoors. So that's why I'm showing you this, and in future videos I'll be showing you how, for example, I planted tomatoes, pumpkins, and many other vegetables in Kenya, so that as we move on, we can keep on comparing, contrasting, you know, which ones are similar, which ones are different, and relating them to the differences in climate or people's choice. So yeah, come along with me on my journey as I grow vegetables. Stay tuned for the next episode, where I'll be showing you what I'm going to do with some of the seedlings that you've seen, especially the leggy seedlings. I'll be showing you what I'm going to do with them, so that when the season starts, I can have some tomatoes to plant, because I know if I leave them to continue this way, then they are going to fall over, and after that they'll die. So what about you? Comment and tell us which part of the world you are listening from, and when is your planting season, and what do you plan to plant. So until next time, if you live in a city, you've seen this is very possible. It's doable for you to plant your own vegetables. So whichever part of the world where you are, go check your last frost and start your seedlings now, or count backwards based on what's written or printed on the seed cover. Count backwards and start your own seedlings. And as I mentioned, why I do mine, it gives me a chance to grow what I would like to eat. So for now, it's a goodbye from me. Go start your seedlings and enjoy gardening, so that we can enjoy eating food that we have grown. Okay.